Hey guys, Poplar Mechanic here. Today we're going to talk about the Zig Zag Plus. This is the newest zigzag you can get from Petzl. It's a pretty awesome piece of gear. And the interesting thing about this one as well is I was the 25th order on tree stuff, so I ended up getting this for free, this carabiner for free, and this rope for free. So that was pretty awesome. I was excited about that. But anyways, the first thing I want to talk about here, guys, is the comparison to the old zigzag. Here I have them side by side. You can see that the older zigzag is a lot smaller compared to the other one. The links look about the same. The rivets maybe are a little bigger on the Zigzag Plus, or no, they're about the same actually. So I mean, this is still a good viable option. It just isn't as big, and sometimes people like that, and I still love this device and will continue to use it, but I just thought it was interesting to see them side by side here like you can here. It's pretty cool. So the differences here is we have this extra attachment point hole, and I believe both of these work with the chicane. Now I don't have it, but for those of you who do, maybe leave a comment below. But I'm just going to end up using my rope wrench tether. I've been using it on this one for quite some time without any problems. I believe you can use the chicane on the old zigzag. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. So anyways, this is basically just like your standard zigzag. The only difference is it's a little beefier, pulley's a little bigger, and you have this extra attachment point. I also got the one with the swivel as well. So basically, I'll show you what you can do with this extra attachment hole here. Okay guys, so for this next demonstration, I just have my double rope system set up. And you can put any secondary attachment point on here, whether you want to go SRT, another double rope system. You can essentially put whatever you want on this third eye, and it makes it a really comfortable work positioning. My idea with this, well, I bought this gree for my throwing hook. I got the Captain throwing hook coming. So this kind of represents, you know, you've thrown your hook, it's latched on, and you're ready to, you know, transition to the next tree. So I've got the gree set up here. Now there's a few different ways you can do this, guys. A real cool way that my buddy Eric McGrew told me about is you can use the foot ascender below here. So basically, as you're going, you just step on that line and you can transition yourself over. Not always the best option depending how far you have to go, but it's definitely a lot easier. You can also just set up a simple 3-to-1. So basically I just have a hand ascender with a DMM revolver here, not the greatest. I would prefer the Petzl Roland, whatever that Petzl one is with the bearing in it, because this one's a little bit small, but it does work, and it's what I have here today. And basically I would just clamp that on the line. You know, say I'm transitioning to another tree. You're gonna put the bottom of the line through the roller, and then you just push that ahead as far as you can, and then basically, let's get in the air here a bit so you guys can see the demonstration. Okay, so basically now you can just pull yourself over to that next area with ease, and then you just keep advancing that hand. It's so easy. It is a bit slower, obviously, but it's still easier. And then you can just take the hand ascender off when you get where you need to be. Here, I'll turn you guys this way a little bit. We'll do that one more time. Okay, so this time you'll see me come into the screen here. Okay, so say you're throwing your hook or whatever. This will work with an SRT line as well. And then you just pull yourself in, advance, and pull yourself in. And then once you get to where you're going, you can pull your double rope out and switch, or keep it and run an SRT line. It's a really, really handy little attachment hole. Okay guys, so now that I've shown you that demonstration, like I said, this will work. You can clip any, you know, SRT, probably run your akimbo off here if you were running the chicane, the rope wrench off here. You could run 2 single lines, doesn't matter, you can do whatever you want. It's just generally people run a double as well, because that way it's easy to retrieve one of them from wherever you are in the tree. Alright guys, I'll get the next part set up and we'll see you then. Okay guys, so the next setup I want to show you is the V-Rig. Now I've seen this on Instagram a lot, and the V-Rig, it's really good and it's very situational as well. I generally use it more for if I walk out on a limb and I have some stuff above and I have to work some stuff below. I'll generally set up a V-Rig then. I use it in short systems just for more stability, and you can use it in longer ones, but it does require a lot of rope. It takes 4 times the rope, so it's something to keep in mind. Like one time I V-rigged to the ground, I was in 2 maybe 40-foot elm trees, and it ate up all my rope just because, but I was spanned far away from each tying point, but still it eats up rope quickly, so that's something to keep in mind. But it is a very useful technique and a good one to know. So I'll demonstrate that here. So basically what you're going to do is, say you're working away and now it's time you want to work some stuff over here, or just maybe beside you and off to the side. Now you can lanyard in, but if you want a bit more distance and stability, what you can do is, let's say, obviously lanyard in first. Let's say this is the limb you want to go around here. So I've went around a limb here, okay? You're going to lower that. And then what you'll do is you'll clip to this furthest outside attachment, just like that, okay? Now you can just use a carabiner for this or whatever you have. A pulley does make the system more efficient. Actually a pulley on both sides, like you'll have, let's say you have your main cambium saver, and then if you wanted to go as far as to put another cambium saver in the other side, depending what you're doing, you could do that, but it gets to be pretty gear intensive at that point. It's not a huge deal, but you know what I mean, you're just trying to get something done. So then what I've done here is I've just taken a pulley, took a bite of the line that was between my 2 top lines, hence the V-Rig. And then you just clip it to this middle attachment point like this. Sorry guys, I'm just getting adjusted. So anyways, now you have a really nice compact V-Rig system. So you have nice stability in this direction, nice stability from above. It's a really good system, and I love using it just for those, like I said, those short ones. And there are situations where the long one's going to be better. Like if you had, say, a dead tree in the middle of 2 other trees, that would be a really good place to use it. And then with this, you can just kind of rappel down, and then you can just adjust it like that. You see how I'm adjusting it? And now I'm, situated. I can lanyard in and continue to make my cuts. But it's a very good system. I like it a lot. And you can just pay out slack in whichever direction you want to go, and it pretty much holds you there. So, and that's actually why I kind of like going natural crotch with the one side, because once you make an adjustment, it tends to keep you there a lot better, but it can also be more difficult to reach the ground. So that's the V-Rig, guys. Very compact, works well. And I'm not saying you can't do this stuff without the Zig Zag Plus. It just makes it a lot neater and all in one area. I have 2 bridges because I got the tree motion. I got the Rock Exotica Hydra pulley, so I mean I'm attachment right up. So okay guys, so that's the V-Rig. We'll show you the next one. Okay, so another use for this attachment, this extra attachment hole, is simply to tend your device. Whether you're in double rope, single rope, it would be really handy. Not so much for me, because I'll show you how I put my rope wrench on here after this. But anyways, the other ones, just simply tend your device. As you go up, put your neck tether on there, your chest tether, and you just advance that line. And the DMM micro carabiners do fit in that hole, which is really nice because I like these little guys. Alright, we'll get to the next one. Okay guys, so the next option is obviously SRT. Now like I said, I do believe the chicane works with the original ZigZag. But the other option is obviously you can tend from here. And I just wanted to show this SRT setup. So basically with the chicane, people are complaining, well, you need an H-frame carabiner. So the carabiner would go here, and then the chicane goes on top. Now, like I said, I don't have it, but you need the H-frame because I read that the H-frame kind of acts like a lock goes inside the chicane and it prevents it from flopping like this, kinda. But the Rion Rounds tether here doesn't seem to have any issues with that at all. It just tends perfectly, works perfectly. And it's a really good setup. And I usually use this tether when it's one of those types of trees where you can kind of double rope your way up. And then for whatever reason you want to do a canopy tie and switch to SRTs just for some easier movement around the tree. So basically that's what I use it for. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if it's because my ZigZag's old or not, but this one seems to just tend a bit smoother. It could be the bigger pulley. It's just buttery smooth, guys. It's awesome. And this rope wrench is a really good setup as well for this. So like I was saying earlier, you can use this bottom point to tend the device, which works great. But I just use this. Now a lot of guys use a quickie in here. It's basically just preference. The reason I don't use a quickie too much in here is because it can be really annoying to take out. So yeah, basically it's pretty fast on this. I haven't tried it on this new line here yet. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, she's fast. So yeah, obviously like anything else, it takes some getting used to. Works really smoothly though. And that's what I've always loved about the ZigZag. No matter what you do, it grabs all the time, at least in my circumstances. Okay, well I won't bore you guys with my climbing videos anymore, but there it is. That's the Petzl ZigZag Plus. If you guys have anything you want to add about it or the chicane, just leave it in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and Happy New Year, guys.